but it looks like we are already ready to move on to the senior division. Let's hand over to Bruce Cull in the venue.
And shooting out for first place from Texas, Michael Brady. Our final competitor from Ohio, Randy Morocco.
He's going to have third place shoot first. So third's going to go first. Yeah.
Well, the archers presented out on to the field of play by Bruce Cull. And as you can see, they are putting their own targets up as part of the format of this competition. That is what happens. And shooting for top spot, it's Michael Braden of Texas and Randy Morocco of Ohio. Chris, we've got a couple of other archers out there shooting for the placings. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a shoot down for any of the top 3 spacings at these events. We've got 2 archers shooting for first place, tied on the same score, Michael Braden and Randall Morocco. The other guys, the other 4 archers there, all shooting for third place in this event. There's a big difference in money between third and fourth place. So it's just as important.
Yeah, it certainly is when money's at stake, shooting for the places. We will have our practice arrows. All of the archers will shoot their 3. Chris, an opportunity to really talk about how inclusive archery is. People of all ages taking part, as proven here. We had the youth division to start with, and now we move on to the seniors.
Yeah, and the senior division has been really, really strong in NFA competition for quite some time. Masters competition for World Archery getting more and more popular. Neems introduced Masters events just a little while ago. Some of these archers have been fantastic in the pro circuit and in the senior circuit before this, but they've really moved on and are being just as impressive now. They're in the Masters category. There's a lot of money in Masters archery, especially in the NFAA. One of the biggest prize pots going at the Vegas shoot, behind the Championship Open and Championship Williams divisions as well.
And how are these prize pots funded, or is that a silly question?
Well, entering one of these tournaments of the NFA isn't cheap. A lot of the prize money comes from the archers themselves. The championship division went up a little while ago, and it's a few $100s to enter the championship category in Vegas. But in Vegas, you've got nearly 4,000 archers competing. So a little bit from everyone's entry goes to fund that top prize. There's also a lot of money put on this by the sponsors, especially this event. A bunch of them pre-funded this one to make sure it could go ahead, because with all the uncertainty, nobody knew if it would actually happen. So a lot of support from the industry, a lot of support from archers themselves. Entry fees are actually quite high in America, especially for these events where you have professional categories.
Yeah, money a big thing, but it's certainly helping these archers compete. I mean, if you think about the States, it's a huge place just to compete nationally for a lot of these athletes. Will hit the pocket very hard. So prize money, all important to them and for their continuation in the sport. Well, we've had our practice. Looks like someone's getting taking an opportunity to get a good picture of the venue here. That's in the placings side of this shoot down. We are focused on Michael Braden and Randy Morocco, who are shooting for top spot. Let's get on with end number 1.
Tim Order starting us off. This is the third place shoot-off. We've got 4 archers shooting for third place. This is Keith Trail. Very successful senior archer. And Paul Penrod shot 71 X's. And Tim Gillingham, the Hammer, they call him. 73 X's and the top seed, if you will, in this third place shoot-off.
So going for top spot here in the seniors. So, Chris, it looks like they're going to rotate through the placings matches ends first. Are we assuming that we're going to switch over to first and second place immediately after, or will they complete the third place playoff first?
It looks like we're going to complete the third place playoff first and then move on to the first and second, which is only fair, I think. Oh, and that doesn't look like a good arrow from Tim Gillingham. I think he's got it.
Well, this looks like he's on a 30 there. Trail also looking like a 30, although the bottom left target slightly obscured. So, looks like it's all round 30s. Round of applause from the crowd here for the 4 athletes who are shooting off for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th places. Chris, anything of note there? Did I miss anything? It looked like everyone hit the Big Ten.
No, absolutely, and it should be all Big Tens at this point. These guys have only dropped 2 points over the 90 arrows, 2 out of the Big Ten. These third place archers. So it would be a bit of a shock if they missed it getting into this final. This is where it really matters. So when we get down to the small 10, like we saw with the young adults, where we'll see things go awry for sure.
The target judges making their calls.
All 30s, all time.
There you go. Everyone through the first end. Nerves will be settled, but the pressure goes up now as we move on to the small 10. And as Chris said, it's what we saw being the decisive factor in the young adults division. Will it be the decisive factor in the slightly older division? Chris, experience plays a big part in archery. Do you think they're going to be able to handle it?
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, the Masters division, as we call it, the senior division, as the NFA calls it, is exceptionally popular. Keith Trails won a lot of big events, and Tim Gillingham, who was a pro in the kind of adult division before moving on. As we get into the end number 2.
Long hold there for Ordis. Looks like it's safely into the X ring though, into the 10. Well, that one could be in the bigger ring for Keith Trail.
Difficult to see at that zoom, but I think Keith Trail tickling the edge of that small 10 ring. I'm not sure he's going to get it on closer inspection.
Looks like it's 10s for the rest though, so that's first arrow, top target for Trail, the one that we'll be looking out for when the target judges go down to do the scores. Ordis back onto the line. And there you go, a clearer picture there.
I might reassess my initial assessment. I think Keith's managed to grab that one on the left, but Tim Ordis has one that's going to need closer inspection.
Very unique draw from the Hammer, as you call him, Tim Gillingham.
Extremely lanky chap. He's got long arms and he's got a huge arm on that trigger release of his that he hammers.
Well, I'd say there were 2 10s there, but I think I'm with you. That first one could be a 9 for Ordis. That may well be Paul Penrod's competition done.
That looks like a 28 from Tim Gillingham. I think we've actually gone far enough to name our winner here. We'll get confirmation down from the judges, but I think Keith Trail's taken this one as the only archer to shoot a perfect 30 in that second end.
Well, we wait to hear what the judges say, but as you can see from Paul Penrod there, just patting Keith Trail on the shoulder, I think you may well be right, Chris. Well, you know, when the magnifying glass comes out, something's happening.
Keith Trail will be your third place finisher.
So there you have confirmation. Keith Trail has taken the third place shoot down. Ordis, Penrod and Gillingham on 29s, and their placings will be decided by a count back across all of their arrows across the tournament. X is obviously counting first, but it's third place for Keith Trowell.